Yeah. Have you ever been a victim of your own mind? Trigger trauma, yeah, it grabs you from behind and nobody warns you, spins you around a few times. But conquer your mentality, you're guaranteed to shine. Nobody's gonna save you, you must seek and find. Put the work in and grind to seek your higher self, and life will feel divine, and that's the meaning of wealth. But don't suppress your mental health with that bottle off the bottom shelf. I didn't reach for the top, but now I'm reaching out for help. Yeah, it's mad when people call you an inspiration, when all you've really done is transmit a vibration. Imposter syndrome is a funny sensation. Refraining from the drugs, no longer feel the temptation. Personality conflicted with the world that I'm facing. Chaotic minds that just never stop racing. But you control the outcome, stop blaming and shaming. Stop blaming and shaming. Yeah, you wanna be alone, but don't wanna be lonely. So pick up the phone and dial your homies. Victim mentality, it won't control me. Chest out, chin up on the streets, I'm strolling. On the streets, I'm strolling. Yeah, my mindset's crazy, I'm physically lazy. I aborted a baby and it haunts me on the daily. Yeah, I'm going through a phase where I'm lacking connection. The therapist said that I've struggled with rejection. Reject and neglect, my emotions are complex. Intrusive thoughts will take your mind on a trek. But take your awareness out your head, because who knows what's next. Number one is you gotta protect. I can't save myself, but I'm saving other people. Wondering if there's a God, why he didn't make us equal. I've got morals and I'm loyal, but others are deceitful. They'll tell lies, break your heart. I'm dumb enough for the sequel. Wanna be alone but don't wanna be lonely. Pick up the phone and dial your homies. Victim mentality, it won't control me. Chest out, chin up, on the streets I'm strolling. On the streets I'm strolling. Yeah. Here I'm sitting with my feelings so they come to the surface. There's an art in this writing with a significant purpose. Can't make sense of all this mumble jumble in my head, so I'll record it, write it out in ink or lead. Yeah, the longer you avoid it, the more missiles start deploying. Yeah, these thoughts in my head are freaking soul destroying. Okay, maybe not that bad, but they really are annoying. Do I take meds or just breathe? I don't know what I'm avoiding. I don't know what I'm avoiding. This is me, myself and I in this verbal expression, and that's the way I'm progressing, leaping over life's hurdles when it starts testing. But don't give up hope and have faith in how you're destined. And speak of your higher self and not of your worst, and know your values and certify what you're worth, and don't pollute your lungs and just treasure Mother Earth and solidify the bond with the women that gave you birth. Yeah, you wanna be alone but don't wanna be lonely. So pick up the phone, dial your homies. Victim mentality, it won't control me. Chest out, chin up, on the streets I'm strolling. Woo! Some of you know me as Will. Willpower, Resilly Willie, Resilient Williams, my mother calls me. My friends call me Willie C, Wilson Green, and much more. So as you can imagine, it's their fault that I'm an imposter in my own life. Research shows that 70% of people will experience imposter syndrome at some point in their life. A drunken Scouser once said to me, "It's not where you're from, lads, it's where you're at." And right now I'm here, I'm present. At least a few versions of me are. I want to try something. On the count of 3, I want you all to shout out something that's brought you joy today. Not something that's annoyed you, something that's irritated you, something that's made you happy and brought you joy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey! It hits different, doesn't it? Because what we used to, the question, how are you? And what shows up? The tired version, the stressed version, the negative versions, already scanning for what's wrong. And for a child with ADHD, that conditioning can be brutal. And studies show that by the age of 10, children with ADHD can receive thousands more negative messages than a neurotypical child. Calm down. Why can't you focus? Sit still. Stop interrupting, Willie boy. As you can imagine, that's going to have a massive effect on a child's life. So, as we move into the camping that I did for ADHD, last year, I slept outdoors for 21 days, raising money and awareness for ADHD Jersey. And even though people were messaging me saying how confident I was and how amazing and inspiring I was, I really wanted to believe them. Part of me did. Till I got a message from Rachel, the founder of ADHD Jersey, asking me if I'd received an email from Just Giving in regards to the funds. I thought, what email? I looked. 2 weeks before, they'd sent me an email asking for my bank details. If not, everybody would get reimbursed. So yeah, £2,500 got sent back to hundreds of islanders, and we only managed to get about £700 back. And in order to do so, I had to go on the radio and publicly announce to the whole island that I was an absolute donut. And this is where imposter syndrome can become dangerous, because we don't just say, I made a mistake. We say, I am the mistake. Now, putting on a mask and taking another one off and putting another one on can be so tricky. And we've all heard the term, fake it till you make it. But I've been saying something different. Faith it till you make it. But not the religious kind of faith, more the conviction that you're taking the right path in life and everything is going to work out all right. Because we don't feel ready. Sometimes we don't feel like we're meant to be. But we keep moving with the faith that what we perceive to be our reality will one day make sense. And this has shown up for me many times in my life. I once stood in a Muay Thai ring and had 6 bouts, not once, 6 times, and won every bout. And even though people backed me up and said how amazing I was, how good I was, underneath that confidence, there was always the voice of, what happens if I lose? What happens if I get knocked out in front of all of these people? And the irony is, fighting became an anchor for my mental resilience whilst watching my father die of cancer. And I remember coming out of the hospital, sitting on a bench. I'd just broken my toe sparring. And my dad was having his first lot of chemotherapy. And I remember saying to myself, if I wasn't going into a fight camp right now, I'd be sat on this bench drinking vodka. And that's an internal conflict that I've carried for years. The athlete in me, the party guy in me, the disciplined version, the one that just chases dopamine all the time, the one who wants to party and wants the next escape, but the one that wants to train at the same time. And that's why sobriety is part of the movement that I'm creating. Because alcohol feels like it can help you unmask, but it's not long till you're in your own head saying, why have I done that again, George? And your head's pounding, and you don't know what to do next. These masks have shown up everywhere for me, my whole life, even in school. I once smoked a joint before my maths GCSE exam. Don't recommend it to anyone. Don't do that, kids. Turned up late, shuffled in, sat down. I remember whizzing through the exam, wondering why I'd finished first. And a few weeks later, the teacher's reading the results out in the classroom. And she gets to number 3, still not said my name. Number 2, I'm thinking, I've been disqualified. I've been figured out here, haven't I? Everybody, you're not going to believe this. Highest score in the class, full marks, 69 out of 69, every question right. William Crawford. Heads are turning, jaws are gurning. I'm as gobsmacked as everyone else. And that's ADHD for you sometimes. Chaos on the inside and unexpected brilliance on the surface. And no idea how to explain either. And this showed up when I was renovating a house too. I'm a carpenter, by the way. I was turning a 2-bedroom house into a 3-bedroom whilst working in a gym and doing private PT sessions on the side. And people saw confidence, and my mentor praised me for it. But under that confidence, I was always questioning my carpentry skills. So what did I do? I masked the doubt with impulsivity and just cracked on. And it sounds great. So you hang a door upside down, back to front, and then you have an emotional meltdown because your confidence has a collision with your reality head on, and you can't do anything but let it out in tears. Cry your eyes out. And people say jack of all trades. We all know that term. But I say jack of all trades, master of none, oftentimes better than a master of one. And that quote has carried me for years. Because for years I felt that being interested in so many different things meant that I was incomplete, unsuccessful, inconsistent. But maybe we're not broken. Maybe we're multi-channel. Maybe we're not inconsistent. Maybe we're adaptive. So Project Imposter is a movement that I'm creating that helps create spaces where people can practice being seen, neurospicy or not, sober or not. And this isn't about pretending that confidence cures everything, because it doesn't. It's not about being able to take off every mask forever, because the masks help us. They help us survive. They help us adapt. But it's about being able to understand that we can take that mask off, and imposter syndrome doesn't just disappear, but it stops driving the car. And maybe we can not just adapt and overcome, but start asking the questions, maybe, what have I done to overcome and adapt? And what can I do to help other people take their mask off? And that's part of my job, is helping people to better their lives. But asking yourself, what have I hidden just to be accepted? So Project Imposter is going to consist of a few volunteers. It's going to be a trial. We're going to attend a few different events, yoga, a dance event, music, even attend church. That's me there. And the idea is allowing yourself to be vulnerable in an uncomfortable situation, going out of your comfort zone, with the intention to come out of your shell and be able to take off your mask. And I think that is something so powerful, something that we all need to practice, because we all have different versions of ourselves. And being able to accept that is very hard. And as you can see, me rapping here in front of you guys, that's might seem easy, but it's not. That's me putting myself in a vulnerable position, going out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it's something that I want to do, but it's most definitely not easy. The humor, the accents, they might seem like they come easy, but it's taken me years of internal conflict to question myself and actually accept that is the real me. So every time I put myself through something like this, it just helps me take off another layer of authenticity and becoming the real version of me. And I talked about masking, and on a tiny island like Jersey, masking can be so hard because everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows someone who knows your business, and everyone has a version of you that they expect to show up. Mr. Energy, the humor, the resilience, the motivation. Sometimes that version is not going to show up. For me, it's hood up, headphones in, shades on the streets I'm strolling, but really I'm hiding. And I believe that it's not about lying to people all the time. Imposter syndrome isn't about telling people lies about yourself. I feel that it's about not being able to believe the truth about yourself. And that's something that's so important, and that really hits me deeply. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if I can leave you with this. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at. Wherever you're at right now, masked, messy, confident, confused, sober, healing or hiding, you're allowed to begin there. Faith it till you make it. Neurospicy or not. And I strongly encourage each and every one of you to allow yourself to accept every version of you to be the authentic you. There is room for the real you, even if you're still changing into them. Thank you.